morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So today is Friday, and yeah, it is pretty, how do you say it? It's very chaotic in the morning today. I'm currently defending the point. Well, not really, but I'm just here talking. Should probably bury our teammates. Hold on. If y'all want to know why I'm holding the rafts, because I don't know. I actually don't know why. All I know is that today we got a lot of editing to do, like 6 hours plus. Yeah, the only reason we're going small today is so we can have the oil and stuff here. And yeah, today's gonna be just massive editing the Overwatch video. It's pretty good when I put on the stairs. Water treadmill. Should be still to go. So also yeah, that like cardio session was like literally a blur in my vision. No, it was literally a blur in my memory. Do not remember the past 30 minutes. I think getting over here was a bit annoying because I forgot that blocked off the road. Yeah, this thing's still just like, I don't know, it's always the goat. Now, if you're wondering why we're a bit more quiet, it's because how do I say it, no headphones and no earpiece, so we have to be a bit more, not as loud, I don't know. Everyone here right now is just Asian, so God knows, still kinda here. We're on like 4 5s now, literally, yeah, still really can't beat this thing. Is there anything else to talk about? Not really sure. We kind of blacked out for like the entire first 30 minutes of being here. Got blacked out in the treadmill, but we're kind of awake now. There's really nothing to talk about right now. Really. What else is there to talk about today? Okay, we're moving away from. We're going to be a bit louder now because we've successfully moved away a bit from, whatever was happening. The only reason we were quiet for a bit was because there was a there was a person at like 2 o'clock. There was like a person at 2 o'clock with no headphones or no earpieces. So, like I said in the past, when no one's wearing anything and the sound barrier is weak, because hold on, what I meant to say was when there's when the person is wearing any kind of no, when a person is not wearing any kind of sound barriers, then they can hear me a lot easier, right? And they're like not that far. They're close. But it's okay. We already moved away, so now we can talk a bit louder again. But yeah, there was literally just a person who had no sound barrier and was like 3 meters away. No, actually close to like 2 meters or something. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so water's nearly done. No, water's only halfway done. So is there anything else to talk about? Yesterday, literally, I really gotta check like the tides or something. I don't know. Yesterday was like, water conditions are good. The only thing that wasn't good was like the waves. It was too seaweed and too There's too much seaweed and too like strong. Too strong. So we literally only spent like 1 hour fishing. Yeah, we only spent like 1 hour fishing, packed up, and then kind of did all my stuff. So today's okay. Today's regime's pretty simple. Finish the back, which is what we're doing right now. Alpha theory regime should be pretty easy. Food, check. Earth log, check. Probably pillows and dips, check. Then food again, and then I might dedicate the rest of today just editing the Overwatch footage. We played a lot of Overwatch game. We literally played for like 6 hours, by the way. No, it wasn't exactly 6 hours, but close to 6 hours. Yeah, we literally played for like 6 hours. But it's not really a big deal because we've literally played Cooked Earth for like 4 hours plus, and then I would play something else. Only difference is with Overwatch, we didn't stream it, we just played it. Actually, editing Overwatch, I think is actually slightly easier than Cooked. Sorry, hold on. We're on 3.5s. Yeah. No, editing Overwatch footage is slightly easier than editing Cracked Isles. Yeah, mainly because when you edit Cracked Isles, I'm always talking and sometimes I don't have to actually add in what I talk. But when it comes to Overwatch, I kind of just have to look at when I get a kill. It's still gonna take some time, but I'll enjoy it because I was pretty cracked yesterday. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, I was gonna do that horror games and stuff. Do I do want to play more Overwatch though? I don't know. I think we're kind of bored of Overwatch. I did what I wanted yesterday. It's purely just gonna be editing today because, like I said, it's like when you play 1 hour of Overwatch, you're gonna have to spend 1 hour editing it. So if we played 6 hours of Overwatch, then we're gonna have to edit 6 hours around that. While we're on 4.5s now, I wasn't keeping track. There's literally nothing to talk about there. Golden Hour seems decent, I guess. Nah, there's literally nothing to talk about. I was talking about editing and stuff, but yeah. Also, even though I'm awake, my speech feels like it's wearing a mask. You know, it's like muffled. Should speak more clearly. Actually, let's put the voice. I'm sure I have I'm using a different voice right now. I'm using like a not tired, but like a more moomer tone rather than my higher higher pitched voice. Yeah, I'm using a moomer tone. Yeah, that's what's happening. We're on like 4.5s now. All right, let's go check our weight now. Yeah, okay, look. When I'm like, I think my voice tone changes, like depends on the proximity of nearby people, right? It's like, right now no one's nearby, so our voices are slightly different, higher. But yeah, like I said, I was gonna go get a new tripod maybe because this forehead's kind of suffering a bit, but the legs are really good. 70.65, so we are really kind of ranging within 70 kgs. Here we go, 70.65. So we have really been ranging from like, yeah. I mean, yesterday I don't even know where we were yesterday. Oh no, we didn't even measure it yesterday. That's the last one. Should probably, I was going to I was going to do the seated cables, but I think I'm gonna avoid it for now. It's fine. Is there anything else to talk about? Not really. I will apply efficiency to this though. Yeah, luckily I made that call. I avoided the seated cable because I had a suspicion that the golden hour people would occupy the region together. I guess that's what's so good about this gym, is I could skedaddle anywhere I want. Cool. Is there anything else to talk about? really. Nothing to really say. And didn't what like the war that's going on? I don't know, man. Isn't it just like the dopamine receptors? Oh wait, yeah, I could talk about that. Yeah, I could talk about that, right? Yeah. So when it comes to the war, like in Iran or something, I don't know, nothing seems real anymore, right? Like if you go on X, you see these like clips of like explosions and missiles and bombs, but then it's kind of just like all these videos are under 1 minute. It's like I don't even know that's real. And then even if you show me a 1 hour video, how do I even know that's real too? Didn't I say that AI is much more advanced than you could think of? So yeah, don't even know what's real anymore. Wash more. I don't know. It's just kind of like, I mean, like, does anyone even talk about the Russian and Ukraine war? What happened to that? What happened to like Israel versus Iran or all these like proxy wars everywhere? It's all kind of just a distraction, I think. Yeah, it is. It's just part of an ecosystem. It's really just part of an ecosystem, right? Seriously, if you just don't think about it, like, I know it sounds kind of ignorant, right? But I'm sure there's people in the world that really just have no clue what's going on. Like, if you just didn't look on X or look at the news, you wouldn't even know what's happening. And even if there was a war, how would it affect you? You know, because you already knew that the long-term trajectory was that money was going to go down, regardless. So you already knew that. 3 5s. Yep, 3 5s. But yeah, there's nothing really to talk about. Just like, what else are you supposed to say to the war? It is what it is, right? What's kind of interesting is that during all this like violence, we have today's tech. We have like live streams. We have like long video formats, YouTube. None of it gets showed on the media. No one shows any footage of anything. All they show is like short clips, and we don't even know if it's real or not. When I was younger, no, when I was not younger, no, no, yeah, when I guess when I was younger, right? I genuinely thought that when the Russian and Ukraine war would start, I would see a whole bunch of cool footage. But no, there's like nothing. There's only drone footages of like executions, right? Which I actually have the suspicion that it's not even real. Because if a drone, a kamikaze drone hits a target, right? How did you even get the footage? Are you like screen recording it? Now, how do you even get the footage of you bombing it? You know, it just feels so nothing's real. Or it just feels like a matrix. But yeah, I don't feel anything. It's just like, how do you know what's real? You know, you see all these protests from the other worlds. How do you even know that's real? Because AI is so advanced, all that could be fabricated. You never know. Yeah, it's the same. It's just the same kind of just. It is what it is, right? I mean, yeah. Again, I'm pretty sure like in the past there was literally like I saw X video, right? Or like didn't Iran like send like 80 plus missiles to Israel or something? What happened to that? All this conflict and everything. It just goes in the media for like a couple of days and that's it. Like, didn't the Taliban take over Afghanistan again? Or no, Kabul? What happened to that? It's just like you hear the news and that's it. But nothing really affects your life, does it? And even if like nuclear warfare happens, how do you even know nukes real anyways? You know? It's like, how do you even know it? Matter of fact, are nukes even real? I haven't even seen one. Apparently, the atomic bomb happened. How do we even know that's real? Like, it's like nothing's real anymore. Like, how do you even know a nuke is? How do you even know? How do you even know that a nuke exists? Is there like footage of a nuke test? But that was like years ago, though. What was all the modern ones? Where are you even testing the nukes to begin with? If it's like, it's like what? How did you even know that the bombs that were dropped on Japan even were real? I don't know. It's like seriously, nothing's real. The best way, I guess, my word of advice is the best way to navigate through the Matrix world is to create your own ecosystem. Create your own ecosystem and just build on that because it's your story in the end. So yeah, that's kind of it, huh? Work on your own ecosystem, create, accumulate assets, and then yeah, just do how you would spend your life, right? It's your choice. But yeah, that's really valid to say, right? It's just yeah, ecosystems. The best way to really survive is it's kind of like this. You create your no. Okay, my speech is all over the place today. You create your own ecosystem, and then you adapt to the events that happen within that, right? So adapt, adaptability is one of the strongest traits you need to learn. Can you adapt to the situation? Done. How much can you change a situation? You know, you can only change so much, but you gotta adapt to whatever happens, right? It is what it is. You, I think it's just the same kind of theory as you can protect your home with as many security cameras and guards and everything, right? But if someone really wanted to get you, they'll get you. It's, yeah. All right. Well, we're not done yet. We've still got to do the last thing. Hey, it was a pretty interesting talk, right? A quick talk about the wars and if anything's real. Like, how do you even know? You don't even know. I think it's just really, yeah, it's like you see all these like footages on X of like massive protests around the world. What happened to those? Also, wasn't I remember seeing on X? There was like a what is it? There was like a huge like protest from the England, right? With like a whole bunch of men or like Tommy Robinson or something. What happened to that? It was like 1 2 days and that's it. Protests aren't even real either because they're all double-sided. Protests aren't real either. They're all double-sided too. Even real. Yeah, I mean that kind of leads into the topic of like, if nothing's real, what's the closest realist thing? I think the closest realist thing is like the amount of time you spent with someone. I guess. Yeah, there's nothing really else to say, right? There's nothing really much to say. Do I ever want to make? Do you guys want a story video today? Maybe. Yeah, why not? Sure. We did delay it a couple days. I mean, golden hours here, but we've kind of got like a 1300 and a 1700 from our POV. So it's not exactly golden hour. Well, technically it's golden hour if we could choose, but currently where we are stands. That didn't make sense. Is there anything else to say? No. What we talked about was, nothing's real, and the only way to really do things is just work on your own ecosystem, right? I guess when you work on your own ecosystem, you kind of just think of like, oh, I know that I know I said this in the past, right? But I said that there's no point in making a child if you don't want it to replicate you. But I don't know, if you just really think about your own ecosystem, I guess making a child's kind of interesting. Like making a child now would be maybe a bit interesting, only because, and it really depends, because, you know, if you make a child at a lower, lower to middle echelon, then they're gonna rise up like an anomaly. But if you make a child as a higher echelon already, then that one's gonna not gonna do good. You know what I mean? Well, that's basically about it, ladies and gentlemen. No, today was a bit quiet. Maybe I'll give you a story video then. I guess we will. Yep, nothing really else to say. That's about it. Right. Alright, appreciate it again. Alright, see you guys next time. We're literally like surrounded, by the way.